The trucks came down the road, about 6 in a line, and about, I would think, 300 or 400 yards past our camp, there was a whole bunch of gunfire. There was a couple of Taliban on the bikes, and they had opened fire and lit up the convoy of gravel trucks that were civilianized. The individual that got killed that day was the contract that we had hired. We put him in a body bag. Talk about an intense moment, and wondering personally what the rest of the tour is going to be like after the third day on the job that happens. I would think for anybody hard to get over. I knew it was going to be probably pretty hectic and pretty dangerous, but we're soldiers, we do what we do. The purpose and the goal was to try to revitalize parts of Afghanistan and do a road project that would provide funding for individual Afghanistan people and try to better their lifestyle and then be proud of what they accomplished by building this road. Hardest things was the checkpoints. So every morning the workers, they showed up on site at a certain time. So you have to check these workers down and pat them down. Like say one of them had an ID strapped to them, it was going to happen there at that checkpoint. So I pushed it away. I pushed it down deep inside, and but I knew that I was going to have issues. So I started drawing out parts to build a motorcycle because I work with my hands. And I'm a motorcyclist, and that's how actually the parts on the bike came to life. Is they all reflect something I went through and all the adversity that I was faced with on that tour. You know, it's probably the most trying time of my life, so get back home, everything was quiet. It's hard for family to adjust when you don't say nothing. Obviously drinking is an issue, right? So you start to drink too much. I can tell you one thing I absolutely did is I got on my bike and drove way too fast. So I soon realized that I have a family and I still have a job to go back to, and I want to live. So I dug out the drawings that I made for the bike, and I decided that I'm going to use all the frustration that happened, that I gathered up over there, and all the anxiety and all the adversity I went through, but also a lot of the accomplishment. The headlight and speedometer assembly is made exact replica of my 300 Winchester mag scope. The risers that hold the handlebars are exact replicas of our C7 magazines that go into our weapon. There's the clutch and brake lever are shaped in the form of brass knuckles. So the bike, yeah, some days I get on it and the reflection of Afghanistan comes to the forefront, and those are the days I usually turn the bike around and park it. But there's other days where I get on that bike and I've won. You know, I've accomplished so much to overcome what's happening over there. I used it as a tool to get better, to take all that mental health issues and cast them away. Post-traumatic stress disorder, there's a lot of dark days, and there's always a light. You just got to find out where the light is, right? And then if I can talk to somebody about something and it happens to be the bike that starts a conversation, and I provide them with a little bit of inspiration, and I provide them with a little bit of light, then I think I've done, you know, myself and the bike have done justice to why I built it.